Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Liverpool handed Alexander Isak transfer boost as Newcastle makes surprise U-turn. Liverpool's ambitious chase for Newcastle star Alexander Isak might have just received a boost. The Reds are eager to bring the Swedish international on board this summer, but any potential move would likely result in a record-breaking Premier League fee. Arne Slot's team has already been splashing the cash in recent months, bringing in Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen, as well as Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez. Now Liverpool are on the hunt for a new number 9 to fill the boots of Darwin Núñez, who is currently on Napoli's radar. While Hugo Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt and Chelsea's João Pedro were linked, Isak remains a top priority at Anfield. The news that Newcastle is in the market for a striker could provide a much-needed boost to their pursuit. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Magpies have entered the race to sign Ekitike and are keen on the 23-year-old. Other Premier League clubs, including Chelsea and Liverpool, have also shown interest in the promising forward. Ekitike has attracted attention from Saudi Pro League teams such as Al Hilal and Al Qadsiya, but his preference is to stay in Europe if he departs Frankfurt this summer. The news of Newcastle's interest, considering the centre-forward would cost around $115 million, could ring alarm bells on Merseyside. This high-profile signing could suggest that Isak might become available in the coming weeks. The Magpies are striving to keep the former Real Sociedad star and are keen to secure him on a new contract, but if their talks fail, it's uncertain whether they'll soften their not-for-sale stance. Newcastle has previously attempted to sign Ekitike, nearly securing his signature in 2022 when he was at Reims. However, the forward chose to stay with the League One team before moving to Paris Saint-Germain just 6 months later. They initially declined to revisit the Frenchman, but have since reversed that decision as his value has only increased. Eddie Howe will undoubtedly envision a scenario where Isak and Ekitike can spearhead the attack together, particularly as both players can play out wide if needed, but it wouldn't be surprising if the top brass at Liverpool speculated that their number 14 could be up for grabs. Stunning Liverpool's swoop on as talks plan to sign €100 million elite striker. Liverpool are reportedly preparing to engage in initial discussions over a deal to sign an elite Darwin Núñez replacement this summer, although they will need to sanction an exit for the Uruguay frontman first. The Reds have already been hugely active in the summer window, bringing in Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Armin Pexi and keeper Freddie Woodman for a combined fee of £187 million, €217 million /$253 million, but they are not stopping there as Arne Slot's pursuit for a new number 9 picks up pace. However, Núñez needs to be offloaded in order to facilitate Slot's wish, with Liverpool currently locked in talks with Serie A giants Napoli over a move for the 26-year-old former record signing. It's a move that Núñez has already said yes to, with a report from Rousing the Cop claiming that Napoli have offered €50 million, £43 million /$58.5 million, although that has not been accepted. It's claimed Liverpool wants €75 million, £64. 6M /$87.9 million for the 26-year-old. One issue for the Italian outfit is the need to offload prolific frontman Victor Osimhen first, with a proposed move to Galatasaray in danger of collapse if the Turkish giants they do not meet Napoli's €75 million, £65M /$88M, asking price. Should that deal go through and Núñez completes his switch to Naples, a fresh report from Give Me Sports states that Liverpool intermediaries have given Eintracht Frankfurt encouragement that they are ready to open talks over a deal for frontman Hugo Ekitike. The report adds that the Bundesliga giants are now confident that they will secure the entirety of their £86 million, €100 million /$116.70, demands for Ekitike before the transfer window slams shut. While Chelsea, Newcastle and Saudi sides Al Hilal and Al Qadsiya have also been monitoring the 23-year-old frontman's situation in Germany, Liverpool remain the favourites to secure his signature. Frankfurt standing firm as Liverpool prep huge Ekitike offer. The report adds that Frankfurt are adamant that their resolve will pay off, and there is hope that Liverpool will up the ante by formally showing their hand in the coming days in their efforts to sign Ekitike. The France under-21 has been described as an elite talent due to his productivity in the final third, having scored 22 goals in 48 games in all competitions for Frankfurt last season. And GMS reports that Liverpool now have a golden opportunity to negotiate terms for Ekitike, especially given that other suitors are not prepared to get in a bidding war for the player. However, at this stage, there is zero chance of the Reds trying a low-ball offer for Ekitike, with Frankfurt under no pressure to sanction the Frenchman's exit, given that he still has 4 years remaining on a contract which allows him to pocket more than £80,000 per week when bonuses are triggered. Luis Diaz transfer. Liverpool receive first offer with huge issue emerging over exit. Liverpool have received an offer for Luis Diaz with Bayern Munich coming to the table, but the Germans' opening bid was more than £20 million less than the Reds want. The Premier League champions have claimed their Colombian forward is not for sale, despite his contract situation, but that hasn't stopped suitors coming in to make offers. Bayern have tabled £44 million, according to Bild, but that is miles off the £68 million valuation they've slapped on Diaz. Diaz has been on the books at Anfield since January 2022 but is one of several forwards at the club. Arne Slot has attacked the transfer market this summer, and major changes could still take place. Bayern, as well as Barcelona, are both keen on Diaz. The Germans missed out on Florian Wirtz after he moved to Liverpool and are now considering their options, whilst the Catalans have missed out on Nico Williams, who extended his deal with Athletic Bilbao. Diaz has 2 years left on his deal and has been open about his talks with Liverpool, but so far no agreement has been found regarding his future. He told Colombian influencer Mauricio Gomez, "We're there, negotiating. We'll see what can be achieved, for us and for the club. We'll try to do our best and make the best decision." The forward also added, "We're in the process of negotiations, talking with the club, with Liverpool, with everyone who's approaching us. But I'm very calm where I am, very happy. Trying to make the best decision now." Spanish radio station Cadena SER recently claimed that there was a secret agreement between Liverpool and Diaz which meant the 28-year-old would be allowed to leave the club without any problems if a certain figure is hit by a rival club. Diaz claimed at the end of the season that there was nothing unusual about him assessing his options and seeing what's out there, but underlined his happiness at Anfield after proving how influential he can be, scoring 17 times in all competitions. He said, "We're talking to clubs, it's normal in the market, and we're looking at what's best for us. I'm waiting to see what happens. I'm very happy at Liverpool, I've always said so. They've welcomed me very well from day one. If they give us a good renewal or I stay there for 2 years, I'll be happy. Now it's up to them." Liverpool FC preseason fixtures in full with 6 games in 4 weeks. The Reds' trip to Deepdale will go ahead as planned following sensitive talks between Liverpool and Preston over whether to stage a friendly so soon after Diogo Jota's passing. After consulting with affected players and staff, the decision was made for the Reds to fulfill their commitment, with tributes planned for the late number 20. It means Liverpool will play 6 games as part of their warm-up schedule, beginning with their clash with Preston and culminating with the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. After their trip to Preston, Arne Slot and his players will return to the AXA training center for another week of sessions. They will then fly out to Asia on Monday, July 21st ahead of their meetings with AC Milan in Hong Kong and Yokohama F. Marinos in Japan, which serves as the commercial leg of preseason. It is unlikely that Liverpool will engage in as many activities as perhaps planned due to the events around Jota's death, though the full details are as yet unknown. Upon their return to the UK, 2 friendlies will take place in the space of 5 hours at Anfield, with La Liga side Athletic Club the opposition for a doubleheader. Liverpool could debut new kits at Anfield. Slot's squad are likely to wear their new Adidas home and away kits for the first time in those 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. kickoffs, as their deal with the manufacturer officially begins on August 1st. The terms of their previous contract with Nike mean that last season's kits are set to be worn throughout most of preseason, including against Preston, AC Milan and Yokohama. A clash with FA Cup winners Crystal Palace will effectively round off pre-season, with the Community Shield, a 3 p.m. kickoff at Wembley, considered a glorified friendly. It could allow Liverpool to put the finishing touches on their preparations for a Premier League title defence which begins at home to Bournemouth on August 15th. Liverpool Transfer News Live, Rodrigo meeting, Luis Diaz bid, Mark Gahey decision. After a hugely difficult week for all involved at Liverpool following the tragic death of Diogo Jota, the Reds are preparing for their first pre-season outing this weekend. Arne Slot's side will face Preston on Sunday, having returned to training earlier this week as tributes continue to flood in for Jota and his brother Andre Silva at Anfield and beyond. With Liverpool beginning to return to something close to normality, the transfer rumours have once again been emerging, with plenty of big names continuing to be linked with a move to Merseyside. Speculation has been growing over Luis Diaz's future, with reports in Germany suggesting Bayern Munich is stepping up its efforts to sign the Colombian, despite Liverpool making it clear he is not for sale at any price. Meanwhile, Rodrigo looks as though he could be leaving Real Madrid this summer, which could present Liverpool with a second chance at his signing, and Mark Gahey continues to be linked with a move to Anfield. Bayern Munich makes first bid for Diaz. According to Sport Bild, Bayern Munich has made its first bid for Luis Diaz. The German club is said to have offered $61 million, which comes well under the $94 million the German outlet claims is being demanded by Liverpool. Where they get that figure from is anyone's guess, considering Liverpool has made it clear Diaz is not for sale this summer, and the Reds have already made that clear to Bayern. Take this with a huge grain of salt is our advice. Rodrigo meeting planned. Rodrigo's future could be decided next week amid claims Real Madrid is open to letting the Brazilian leave. According to Fabrizio Romano, a meeting is due to take place next week, with the Spanish giant leaving the final decision to Rodrigo. Saudi side Al Nassr is said to not be an option, with Rodrigo focusing on staying in Europe. Liverpool has been linked with him previously, while Arsenal has been touted more recently. Latest transfer news and rumors. Hello Liverpool fans, and welcome to our live updates as we bring you all the latest transfer news and rumors coming out of Anfield. We'll be bringing you all the latest speculation and more news as the Reds prepare for their first preseason game against Preston on Sunday, so stick with us. Transfer News Live, Gyökeres to Arsenal update, Liverpool face Diaz bid, Spurs trigger Gibbs White release clause. The summer transfer window rolls on as Premier League clubs and those around Europe look to add to their squads. Arsenal's negotiations for Sporting's Victor Gyökeres have stalled over a difference in overall value and terms. The Premier League club's stance is to offer €65 million, with potential performance-related add-ons of €5 million and €10 million, but that has not proven to be enough to add to the signing of Martin Zubimendi and Brentford midfielder Christian Norgard, while Crystal Palace's Ebereki Eze is another target. Tottenham have been busy and have aggressively backed new manager Thomas Frank with a deal for West Ham's Mohamed Kudus, and they have now triggered the release clause for Morgan Gibbs-White to further bolster their attacking options. Manchester United secured Matheus Cunha from Wolves for £62. 5M early in this window, but a subsequent deal for Brentford's Brian Mbeumo has been slow to develop, while the likes of Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho remain at the club despite pushing for a fresh start this summer. You can sign up to DAZN to watch every Club World Cup game for free, while all the latest updates, rumors and done deals will be covered in the blog below. Arsenal agree world record £1 million fee with Liverpool for Smith. Arsenal have had their world record bid accepted by Liverpool to make Olivia Smith the first women's football player worth £1 million, as first reported by The Guardian. The Gunners will bring in Smith from their Women's Super League rivals to better the current world record paid by Chelsea, and £900,000, for United States defender Naomi Germa from San Diego waived last January. Arsenal's deal for the 20-year-old Canada international Smith will go through pending a medical and personal terms agreed between the two parties. Smith has shown for the Reds since signing from Sporting last summer, scoring 7 times in 20 SWL appearances in her debut campaign. Liverpool from Portuguese side Sporting last summer, and scored 7 times in 20 WSL appearances in her debut season. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.